Gentlemen, here we are again, Wednesday nights, under the lights here at the Lusail International Circuit in Qatar. It is tier 3, the third tier of MRC, the comp tier. Obviously this season's already been finished for this tier, the championship's already been won by Mr. Stoob, but no, there's never anything wrong with finishing the season out with strongly. Lusail, obviously, this circuit located just outside of the Qatari capital of Doha, 30 minutes to be exact. So, but again, with two more races left of the season, this is the finale of the comp tier. Joining straight after this will be the sport tier, but we have to get this race ahead first. And joining me tonight is a brand new pairing today in the comms box. Joining me is Mr. Neville Harris. How are you, sir?
Good evening. Yeah, good to finally get in the booth with you.
Indeed.
And yeah, hopefully we get a good race to see out the season for the comp tier boys in Qatar, and yeah, finish off the game in style as well. F1 23, of course.
100%. We've got, obviously, as I say, two more races. This one and the sport tier at 8:45 British. So the racing doesn't stop.
Yeah, but there probably will be drivers here who they've been getting to grips with the new game, and they've probably had to come back to F1 23 to get ready for this race and finish out the season. So there might be a little bit of people sort of in a sort of hybrid position between the two handling models, which are quite different in their current state. We'll have to see.
Yeah, definitely.
Who still's got it on 100%. This game.
So riding on board with the first man out of the pit lane, it is my driver coach, actually, Mr. Baby Hornet. Had a wee bit of an up and down season, obviously just missed out on the MRCX Challenger title to Almar Red on Friday there, so he's got a point to prove at the end, at the last race of the season here, going into the new one. So let's see what he can do. We're going to ride on board with him. A wee bit wide out into the entry of turn 1, but keeps it nice and tight into turn 2. Flat out 3 up towards turn 4. So what was your initial thoughts of this track, Neville, as a whole, as a track? Oh, as Baby Hornet runs wide and invalidates his lap.
It's yeah, it's an interesting one. I think originally it was it was a MotoGP track, so for the bikes,
rather
than the cars, and it kind of it's interesting. It's got really just the one straight, the pit straight, and then it's just corners, no real straights, but quite a lot of different speed corners as well. Plenty of medium speed, some fast speed through the third sector, and 1 or 2 big braking zones. It is possible to overtake here, but it's not easy. And no, yeah, I found for my race on Monday in Elite that it was a track that you had to practice a bit on to get to grips with the flow and how to position your car. But once you've done that, it was quite fun and quite a nice challenge.
Yeah, I can agree with you. To be honest, it's been. I'm starting to get my confidence with it, with all the practice that I have done for it, but it's really hard to get a flow on it, I have to say. I would say anyway.
I think as well, it's one of the easier tracks to get corner cutting warnings on.
Oh, 100%.
I certainly fell foul of that on Monday night. I got 6 seconds of penalties, which is unusual for me, to be honest. I usually get 1 at most, but usually none. So yeah, that will be something for the drivers to think about tonight as well. You might want to maybe not push as hard in order to make sure you stay within the track limits.
100%. I can agree with that. The track limits on this track is not very fun. A few names in the YouTube chat already. Martin's joined us. Good luck. I sound good luck to everyone. Yep, good luck is correct to everyone. Mr. Steve Jarman, aka Kaiser Soze, is in the stream, as is Monster. How are we all? Kaiser saying he loves this track.
Yeah, I can see why people would love it. I can see why some people might not like it so much as well. But I mean, the benefit of us racing on it on our PS5s in the UK is that we don't have to put up with the insane heat that the drivers had when they raced here last year, and all the drivers had big problems.
Sambal puts in a lap at 28.8. Some drivers really struggling at the moment on this track so far. People pushing very hard to try and get a lap in, and they're really finding it hard to stay on track.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of drivers so far invalidate. Wookie, though, has kept it clean. He's coming up to the final corner now.
Right on board
Looks
with
like
him.
This might be a good time.
Curtis put up on pole. He's had a good end of the season. He has had a good second half of the season. Wookie, he's been, as he put it on pole, just put it on pole.
Yeah, it looked like a decent lap.
Look how close that is between the top two.
Yeah, around half a tenth.
Riding on board now with the brand newly crowned Challenger champion, MRCX Challenger champion, Mr. Armagh Red. A fellow Northern Irishman, of course.
Yeah, and props to Armagh, because I think he's raced in every tier so far this week. He was in Expert and Elite on Monday night, and in Elite tier as he goes quickest as well.
That is a lap.
I'm not surprised.
That's a good lap.
I'm not surprised to see that at all, because he in Elite tier on Monday was very much keeping pace with the front of the pack. So definitely one to watch.
Excuse me, he is already. He's a very sound guy, I have to say, Armagh. I've spoken to him. I've spoken to him over the headset once, but I've been chatting to him back and forth over the chats, and excuse me, he's just a really sound fella, to be fair.
Yep, and that always helps.
Indeed. Chaos Druid saying he isn't looking forward to this track later on. He's obviously in the race with myself later on tonight. Baby Hornets kept his lap clean. Let's see what he can do on his lap coming up to the line. Might not be pole, but it might be close. It is very close. 22.3.
Yeah, very nice lap. So, yeah, the 22s at the moment with 10 minutes to go. We could well see a time in the 21s by the time we get to the end of the session with the track evolution. But
Possibly.
Then there's a few guys in the low 23s as well. Maybe they've got a bit more in the locker.
We shall see. Of course, it's obviously, Armagh Red and Baby Hornet at the front of the grid as well.
Yeah, no surprises in that at all.
They've had a very friendly rivalry this season between them both. Obviously, both were in the title race for the Challenger Championship, which Armagh Red eventually won. Airways out on his hard tyres is going to set his lap time. And it's going to be a 24.7.
I don't know what that quite translates to in terms of a medium or a soft tyre time. I think the delta here might be roughly a second between the hard and the soft, but I'm not sure, to be honest.
It's hard to say. So we've got Mr. Stu out in the lap, as I say, the champion of this tier this year. Or this season, rather, not this year. Up to the around the final corner, keeps it clean, takes a lot of the track. And up to the line he will go. This is a brilliant lap from Stu, but 22.5.
So the two Ferrari boys just behind Armagh Red in the Alpine currently.
Yep.
Stu, I'm sure, will want to be finishing off his championship winning season with a bang and trying to take the victory. He's going to have to find a little bit of time if he wants to do that.
100%. So obviously, coming to we're obviously now at the end of the season. I did ask you before the streak started, but you were mentioning you didn't have the best season yourself.
No, I didn't. I knew before the season started that I was going to have to miss 3 races in March because I was away,
All right, okay.
and then the 2 races before that I was able to do, I don't think I scored points in either of them. So I was at pretty much the halfway point in the season with 0 points. So, you know, kind of already my hopes for the season had taken quite a big hit with that, and from then it was just about trying to enjoy the racing as much as possible and maybe getting some good results. And towards the back end, I've done a bit better. Didn't have a good race here on Monday, unfortunately, but I can just put the season behind me now and look ahead to the next game and try and get to grips with the new handling.
Indeed, Freddie Olsen just about it does improve by 6/10, a good lap from him. Yeah, of course, obviously the new game has just recently come out. I haven't actually done any laps on it just yet. Have you?
Yeah, I was saying before as well that I'm been a bit undecided about whether to part with my cash this year because of the things I've heard about the game. So last night I decided to go for the EA Play route. So I paid about £6 for a month of subscription to that, and then I got a 5-hour trial of the game, and I did a few laps last night, and it's not great in its current state, in my opinion. I know that there's quite a mixed bag of opinions on this year's handling. It's not quite for me at the moment, but I do understand that there is going to be a patch coming out very soon, and it'll be interesting to see what that does, really, to the feel of the game. That'll probably be in the next week or so.
Yeah, here's hoping. As I say, I haven't done much laps of the game. I want to finish my own season strong enough, so I'm taking my time before I start the new game. But as soon as I finish, basically, then as soon as I finish this season, then this game's not being touched again.
Yeah. Yeah, and of course it's always, you know, with every game that comes out, every new season, there's always a bit of getting used to the game that has to happen, which is part of the reason why we have, you know, we wait a few weeks before starting a new season so everyone can get a handle on the new game. So, as I've just seen Mark finishing a lap, and there's a ghosted Haas that was swerving all over the place right in front of him, but he was ghosted, so I don't think it affected Mark too much.
Nope, P7 lap, 6 and 7 for the Williams boys, one being, both actually being tier 2, the higher tier, of course. Mark and Fox both in the expert tier, of course.
How's your season been?
It's had its ups and downs, if I'm being honest, but at the same time, I feel like I've exceeded my own expectations in a way. Obviously, I've got better with the wheel now. I've had the wheel for about a year and a half now. So still getting the grips slowly with it, but at the same time, I'm getting the hang of it. But this season, finished in the points practically every race, as Wookie is around wide on his lap. I've finished in the points every race apart bar one, which was Japan, which I'm happy with. Plus, I've got myself my only second ever podium in the MRC this season.
Yeah, very good.
So yeah, I'm getting there.
Yep, and the chance tonight to round out the season in style.
Yep, here's hoping. Rendog flying down his lap around the final sector, second to last corner area. And he backs out of his lap. He must have been... Yeah, he was well down on the hill, to be fair. Wiki boxing as well. Armagh Red out for another chance. Who else on the lap at the moment? Mark Hodgson is on his way back to the pits. Airways, let's see. In the Alpine.
It's been my car this season, the Alpine.
Alright, okay. Up to the line on the... Sorry?
I was just going to say it's been a lot better than the real life equivalent.
True, very true.
And Kaiser Soze actually was my teammate this season in Elite. We didn't have the best of seasons between us. I think we were sort of down towards the lower half of the Constructors' Championship standings, but I think both of us at times had some pretty decent pace, just maybe couldn't quite put it together for all the races.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was good all the same.
Well, to be fair, obviously, I think most constructors are now confirmed. If I look at the Competitor Championship, no, Ferrari have already won the constructors for this championship, so this is just sort of like a one-off race, if you know what I mean, just the end of the season.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the Ferrari lineup, that doesn't surprise me too much. Obviously, here they're second and third on the grid. I've seen a few comp tier races this season, and they've always been there or thereabouts on pace and results. So, yeah, congratulations to them on that achievement.
100%. I'm good friends with both of them. Obviously, Baby Hornet being my driver coach for the season. He's not had the best of luck at the start of the season, but obviously coming towards the end, he has been getting the results in. Has himself a race win, obviously at Silverstone this season in the comp tier.
Yeah, and that's really, we've got quite a few drivers coming to set their laps now. But yeah, that's one of the things that really does go into a championship season. It's not just about pace; it's about getting the luck, but also taking a bit of the rough with the smooth and accepting your lot sometimes, because you are going to have races where things go wrong, badly timed safety cars or getting involved in other people's accidents and things like that, and you've just got to deal with that. And and Bergen disqualified.
Parked in a dangerous location. That's an interesting one.
It's showing him in the pits as Armour Red goes quicker.
Well, you did say the beginning of the 21s. And have they just?
Yeah, and we'll see the two Ferraris are one in front of the other on their qualifying laps at the end of the session. I think they did this I remember them doing this in Imola.
Alright, okay.
Whether that was the last race or the race before. And it worked really well. I'm pretty sure that they ended up going 1 and 2 on the grid by following each other in this way. So let's see if they can do it again.
Is Baby Hornet just going to keep pushing, or is he going to sacrifice part of his lap to help his teammates do?
I think both of them are going to finish their laps.
And they're both, I have to say, both are just as fast as each other, so it doesn't really affect either of them, I don't think. Oh, he just about cut out finally, Baby Hornet. Stu thought they could have the toe from the other driver. Baby Hornet does improve, but not enough. Stu doesn't improve, no. So Armagh Red's going to get pole.
Yeah, and it's just worth mentioning one feature of this track that's quite odd is that when you're in hot lap mode with the battery, you do actually start to run out of battery on the run to the finish line. So you might notice coming across the line that people's lights start flashing because they've run out of ERS.
I have seen that actually.
Yeah, it feels like that's maybe a bit of a game design fault rather than what actually happens, but yeah.
So then the grid is as follows for the Qatar Grand Prix. We've got Armagh Red on pole position, followed by the two Ferraris of Baby Hornet and Stu. Freddie Olsen is in P4. Fox River 8 on the hard tyres takes P5. Wookie will take P6. Rendog is in P7. Airways is in P8. Mark Hutchins in P9 and Smith rounds out the top 10, followed by Monster in P11. Near Duncan in P12. Sambal in P13. Avanash is in P14, and then Kaiser Soze, bear with me, Kaiser Soze, Loppy, Woymax, Redcar Rambo, Anton and Bergen did not set a lap time due to being the higher tier. So Neville, have you got a prediction for this race?
I think based on the fact that Armour Red has had quite a bit of practice here this week, as I mentioned, he's already raced Expert and Elite on Monday night and looked very quick. I think he is going to be the man to beat tonight. I think he's probably going to take the win here. But hopefully we get a bit of a challenge from the Ferraris and Friddy. I know Friddy is quite a quick driver as well. So I'll
100%.
go Armour Red, but yeah, hope we see some entertaining fighting at the front anyway.
100%, 100%. I can agree with that.
I'll say as well that some of those boys towards the back who haven't set times, obviously because of their tiers, but they are, the likes of Anthony and my teammate Kaiser Soze and Redcar, all in tier 1, all very quick drivers. Mark Hodgson as well, Airways, Fox River 8, all very quick drivers. So obviously towards the end of the race they will have to back off and not win the race, but they could still have quite a deciding factor
100% they
in
can, yeah.
what happens.
Of course, obviously, we know the higher tier drivers have to box on the penultimate lap, of course.
Yep.
So we shall see. Excuse me. So people taking the 5 minute warning already, or the 5 minute break already. It seems.
Yeah. And well, I mean, this is the final race of the season, of course, and I guess what have you made of that addition to MRC having the break between quali and the race? I think it's good.
It has been. I can actually agree. Yeah, it has been good because obviously people do need a wee bit of a break because they'll be pushing that much. They do concentrate, so they do need a quick water, toilet, food break, something like that. So it does, and plus obviously getting their setups fixed, getting all their strategies and all made up, ready to go as well. So it's 100% been quite good. It has 100% been good. Obviously, it was a wee bit rough around the edges when it first started, with people getting used to it.
Yeah, it's the kind of thing that you might instinctively just ready up, and then once you realise you've done it, it's too late, and then it's quite a faff getting the lobby reset up and everything. But I'd say, for the most part, from what I've experienced, everyone has respected that rule, and it's from personal perspective, I think it helps me quite a lot, to be honest, just to have that little break between the
Definitely.
two sessions and sort of refocus. I guess focus my mind on what I need to do.
100%. It's been a great addition. It has to be said. It has been a great addition. So obviously the season for us will finish, but obviously we're still halfway through the real season, and we're in Canada obviously this weekend.
Yep.
In the real world.
Yeah, the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, and I'd say, I mean, obviously Monaco wasn't the most exciting Grand Prix, but in terms of the result and the championship picture, it's just adding to the trend that we've seen in the last few rounds of Red Bull suddenly not looking like the dominant team, and McLaren and Ferrari coming back into the picture. And really, we've just got to hope that that carries on if we want to see a good championship battle. And it's still very early days. We've still got a good 15 races to
Yeah,
go
of course.
in the season.
It has been good recently, like in the tiers, in the tiers, in the in the real season.
Yeah, well,
It's just good to
some of the
see.
tiers have been good as well. Like we have had some good championship battles.
You're just saying that out of badness now.
Yeah.
So then the lights are green. Formation lap has started here in Lucille. There's a Haas on the outside of the track. I wonder what that's about. Now there's Lobby sitting on the outside of the track.
Yeah, and I think that you can do a one-stop from medium to soft around here. It is one of the recommended strategies.
Let's have a look at the tyres. Now then, very mixed.
Yeah, I'm a bit surprised to see so many people on the hards. I personally wouldn't want to be starting on them around here because I do think you can avoid using them. But,
Well, to be fair, judging by my own experience, I haven't actually liked the mediums myself. They've actually been quite understeery.
Okay.
I have to say they don't really feel a bit like the best race tire. But obviously, judging by the race on Tuesday, whenever Sam Flam won the title, then it was the right tire to be on rather than over the soft. But
yeah, I started the Elite Tier race on the mediums on Monday, and I didn't mind them, to be honest, as Womax is spinning around trying to warm up those hard tires. But yeah, I didn't mind the mediums when I was on them.
each to their own. To be fair, is the way you can put it.
Yeah.
But then there's obviously Anton, then who just wants to be different.
Well, the way he is with his tyres, he's probably going to get those softs to...
as long as the mediums.
Yeah, exactly. So it almost doesn't matter what tyres and goes with. You know, he can get a good stint out of them.
100%. So a couple of drivers missing their grid slots. Rendog has missed his. Lobby obviously was DQ'd earlier. Wookie went too far forward. Now look at the amount. Now seriously, look at the parking. Look at the amount of parking mistakes.
Poor showing.
But the front runners have parked okay, so we will get the race started. Taking a while just to get everyone going. I wonder what. Okay, there's a big pause.
I hope there's not been, because Lorpy was... I don't think Lorpy was even in his car at the start of the formation lap. I don't know if that is causing an issue here. But this has been a very long pause and saying hello from the grid. And Duncan has left the session.
So I wonder what... Oh, the lights are up. The lights are up, and we are racing. So I wonder if I was just thinking we've got a safety car straight off the line. I wonder if this race is going to be red flagged or not. We will keep it posted, but straight off the line, a safety car has come out.
Yeah, I'm going to just have a look in the Discord, see if there is any indication that this will be red flagged, because that's quite a major glitch that we've seen a few times before. has usually resulted in a red flag. So we'll see.
Yep, we will keep an eye.
News. Yeah, no news as of yet from Discord.
So
still nothing.
No, nothing's been said. No. So at the moment we are still racing and we're under safety car straight off the bat. Near Duncan did leave the session as well. I don't know if he's got back in yet or not. I haven't seen.
No, I haven't seen anything pop up. I might.
Oh, there you go. He's just joined back now.
Okay, no need for an invite then. All good.
Yep. So hopefully that settles things. Hopefully we can. I'd say if we hopefully can just keep racing. Maybe the game will fix itself after this safety car.
I'd like to think that now everyone's back in, it should sort itself out.
Here's hoping. So we're just getting to behind. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, hopefully we can get going at the end of lap 3, because it's you usually get the safety car for three laps in these situations.
Bergen up in the box early to get off to use his first of 3 sets of tyres that he may have to use, of course. So nothing to report, no grid change, no position changes off the line just yet. Apart from obviously Bergen, who is already boxed. Obviously I stand corrected. Mark Hutchins lost 5 places, Lopez obviously lost 3 off the line. Okay.
Yeah, I think we did just about have racing for long enough that the drivers got off the line. So if anyone got a bad start, and clearly a couple of the drivers did, there was long enough green flag running for positions to change, and then the safety car came out, and that was it. They were stuck where they were.
Well, here's hoping that we do get racing at the end of lap 3, as you say. So, now actually.
Well, it's saying now, so that's for the best. So only 2 laps behind this bogus safety car, and Armour can start to control the pace.
Yep. So we're right on board with the Northern Irish driver in the Alpine.
A lot of bunching up towards the back, so Armour must be keeping things quite steady at the moment.
Yep, weren't getting his tyres warmed up, and he's gone early into the final corner, and Baby Hornet hasn't actually paid attention to that. And he's ran wide out of turn 1, out of the final corner, as has Freddie Olsen, but no position changes just yet to see that we can see. There's a McLaren at the back looking to make a move on Fox River. It's Wookie who will get the move into turn 1, will he? Yes. Fox is going to attack him again into turn 2. Fox is going to have to back out and try and get the exit towards turn 3. He's had a bit of contact between him. He's hit the back of him. Still racing though, and that's going to allow Airways to get involved. He's going to stick behind Fox at the time being. So very clean racing at the restart of the safety car.
Oh, and then some very close action between Mark and Duncan. Mark looked like he was really getting squeezed on the outside of the track, but he's made it round anyway. But yeah, that was very nearly a crash for those two.
On our red straight away. Look at the gap already. Not even nearly 3/4 of a lap down, and he's already pulled a second to Baby Hornet in second place. His pace is something else. Oh, but it looks like Baby Hornet might sneak into the DRS.
We've had a spinner, Sambal in. Oh, and the Mercedes of Red Car Rambo as well. So they must have come together and that's a virtual safety car.
Has anyone lost a front wing? Yes.
Yep.
Samba.
Sambal's lost his, and Rambo has lost an end plate, so I would imagine they'll both be coming into the pits.
Yep, as is Near Duncan on the medium tyres. He's up at the box early as well. So under virtual safety car, obviously there's the delta to stick to. What is your normally your goal under virtual? Not doing what Avinash doing anyway.
Yeah, exactly. That was exactly what I was going to say. Yeah, that's it really. It's very easily done, you know. You can sort of get caught not paying attention to your delta and getting too close and making that mistake. But you've also got to be. I think the best thing is to leave yourself like a second or so off, and then when you know the race is going again, you can start to ramp up your pace and try and catch out the drivers in front of you, whilst at the same time not getting caught out yourself as we're back to green.
Yep, Stu running a wee bit wide in the third sector. Maybe the fast right-handers and the fast left. So Stu not learning from.
Done through there.
Yep, Stu not learning from his mistakes on Friday.
Another spin.
Yep.
That's Womack's.
That's out of the third left, or the third right, is it? As Airways has got past Fox River, excuse me, into turn 1.
Avinash into the pits, that's for his penalty, I think.
More than likely, yeah. Tell you what, the gap out the front has Armagh Red starting to disappear a wee bit on Baby Hornet. But at the same time, sorry, go ahead.
It's fairly spaced, the front three, isn't it? Everyone's outside of DRS. Well, Freddie's just got back in slightly on Baby Hornet, and Sambal's crashed.
And there's we've spoke too soon. And there's another safety car. So
judging by where that was, that's a second to last corner. You might maybe getting out onto the curb on the outside, and it can send you round into a spin.
Hitting them curbs right on the inside of it, if you call it.
Yeah.
So Armagh Red's 2-second gap has now been killed again. And the grid has been neutralised yet again.
Yeah, and this might be just on the cusp of, for the medium tyre runners, questioning whether or not they want to make a stop. It doesn't look like anyone at the front is going to do that.
Did you get the hards to the end for this at this grid?
I think if you went onto them now, you could do. They wouldn't be great by the end. But I think as well, we're probably going to see more safety cars tonight. We saw plenty, certainly in Elite Tier on Monday. And I think it's a track that some drivers do struggle with a bit. So I would not be surprised if we saw another one. So it's probably not worth taking the risk of going to the hards thinking that you'll get green flag running to the end of the race.
Indeed. And of course staying in the dirty RF drivers as well doesn't help your tyres at all either.
No. Yeah, it doesn't really look like anyone at all is. Well, actually, Avinash is in. He's obviously not got a great deal to lose after his drive-through, so he'll potentially put on a set of the hards.
He has indeed.
Have a look. Yeah. So not a great time so far for the Aston Martin boys, both in 18th and 19th place.
Not at all, no, and the way bit of a mixed bag for the McLarens. Obviously one who's just caused the safety car with the DNF being Sambal, and then Wookie sitting in P5.
Yeah, Wookie will be looking to finish probably in the top 5. I'd say that's about where his pace is.
Oh, 100%.
Just maybe not quite on the level of the guys in front of him, but
yeah, as I say, towards the end of the season, he has shown a lot more pace. in his game. He's got a few wins, and he was close. He was actually in the title race come the end of the season for Armagh Reds, faking going into the pits, trying to catch anyone out. And Baby Hornet's just going hip high side with him, just to scare him a bit. These two just having a wee. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, just to say that we'll have the likes of, with Rambo, Red Car Rambo and Avanash and Bergen a bit separated from the main pack at the moment. Hopefully at the end of this lap the safety car will come in, but it will need those drivers at the back to be relatively close to the snake.
Indeed, and now Anton's just come in and out of the pits there, onto a set of hard tyres.
Yeah, so maybe he is thinking about going to the end on that set.
We shall see. The only issue I can see at the moment is the two Ferraris on the same strategy, both on the hard tyres. Obviously, I know they're speaking to each other though, so I wonder what they're planning.
Yeah, the only problem with that potentially is that if we do have another safety car, one of them is going to be really compromised if they pit at the same time, and that would be Stube as it stands, because he'd get held up whilst Baby Hornet's car was being serviced.
Yeah, true.
And they're really the only team, well, possibly Alpine as well, although Airways is a reserve, so it doesn't quite matter so much. But yeah, none of the other teams really, or drivers, are going to have that same problem up at the front.
100%, yeah, true. So, we shall see. Here we go. The safety car is coming in, so Armagh Red's going to take over yet again as the safety car, basically. Mylander's going to have another nice wee 2-week break after tonight.
Yeah, Armagh's certainly getting his fair share of experience of restarting from the front of the pack as he puts the hammer down.
Yep, he goes early again, but he almost loses it if you didn't see a wee bit of a twitch out of the penultimate corner. And yet again, Baby Hornet running wide at that corner, at the final corner. And Freddie Olsen has nailed the exit, so he is gaining on Baby Hornet. Is he going to be close enough to make a move into turn 1? He will not be. Lobby and Keys are so sick. Fighting as Stube's round! He's into the wall, He must have lost a front wing there.
Yeah, front wing's totally gone.
Really, he's still in the race, but here we go again, another safety car.
Oh dear.
Just too trigger happy on the throttle, there was Stube.
I wonder if Bert Mylander even stopped in the pit lane, or if he was just straight back out again. This is one of the problems though with this game. I feel they are a bit too trigger happy, the safety cars, because at the end of the day there, Stube got going again, and
it wasn't really that bad of an area on the track either, was it?
No, I think the worst in real life that you would see from that would be a virtual, but I think given that Stube did get going again, they would have let that one go with localized yellow flags. So yeah, a bit of an overreaction to bring out the safety car, but it's happened nonetheless.
That is EA for you.
Yeah.
And Codemasters. So has anyone boxed? Yeah, Wookiees went in. Wookiees the first to blink off the medium tyres. Airways, Brandog and Smith all boxing as well with him. Bit of an early call, you have to say, coming off the hards now. Would you think, or?
Yeah, possibly still a bit early, but with the amount of safety cars we have, the other thing is that there is a limit in the game of how many safety cars there can be.
I think it's 5 or something, isn't it?
Yeah, so I think we've had 4. So we
3
could get
regular
one
and the
more.
virtual, yeah. And we're
Well,
not even at lap 10 yet.
Yes, yeah, you're right, yeah.
No, we're not even at lap 10.
So yeah, we are getting to that stage where you might want to start thinking about if you can get a set of tyres to the end of the race.
Well, safe to say Smith won't get his tyres at the end. He's went on to the soft tyres. So he's hoping just to get a good restart and then hoping for maybe another.
Yeah.
Interestingly,
in the chat earlier, we had Martin saying that we probably didn't get a red flag at the start of the race because there were lots of senior admin driving that in this race, so there wasn't a decision on a red flag, and that he personally might have chosen to throw one, but obviously we're not going to do that now because we're on lap 9, and it would be silly to throw one at this point. But
yeah, as you say, as we're however long through the race, then that made no sense. We are that way through the race.
yeah, and I get the sense as well from the drivers would probably just think, this is the last race of the season. Both championships are decided. It's not as important as it would be otherwise, so we might as well just let the game do its thing and just get it done. There's a couple more pit stops happening. Malby and Anthony in the pits. That's a bit of a surprise.
Yeah, 2 lap old hards. Or has he just went on to his old set of hards? No, he's just coming into the pits now, isn't he?
Yeah, they've just come in.
Oh, right, okay.
And Lorpy's gone for the softs. I think that might be a mandatory change to the softs because he's a reserve.
Possibly. Well, Anton's went on another set of fresh hard tyres, so...
I don't know if just check to see if he's used... Yeah, hasn't used the mediums as of yet. He's used the soft and the hards. Lorpy hasn't used the hards. And Airways has got to use the hards. Bergen's gone hard, medium, hard.
Alright, okay. Well, obviously they do have the pit stop at the end of the race, of course.
Yeah, that's true. So they'll probably save it up for then.
Yeah. So the front 3 hasn't changed. Well, much anyway. Obviously, Stoop's in the back of the grid after his spin at turn 2, or turn 1 rather. So Armagh Red currently still leads from Baby Hornet and then Freddy in P3. Fox River sitting in P4. Monster sitting in P5 with Mark Hudson in P6. So it's Williams and Alpine 4th, 7th. Not Alpine, Alfa Romeo. Womax is in P8. Nera Duncan is in P9 with Red Car Rambo rounding out the points. So as the safety car does come back in for the 3rd time.
Let's hope the last time.
Let's hope. Get some good time, get a good 20 laps of racing. Alarma Red is going early again. He likes to go early on these restarts, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think he wants to get that launch off the... Oh, it's now Baby Hornet. I think you said before that he was going very wide through there.
He has done it every restart. I'll tell you what, look at Fox on the restart. What a restart he's had on Freddy. Front wheel to rear wheel. Freddy slams the door shut on Mr. Jake Card, and he will stick behind him for the time being. Freddy closing the gap as well on Baby Hornet, who is being left for dead by Armagh Red. Excuse the rhyming.
not too much of a surprise, I think, with the tyre difference on those mediums. I mean, they've done 10 laps, but they've been coasting for most of those. So
I was going to say, have they actually
too much grip?
Have they actually done 12? Have they actually done 10 laps?
Yeah. Well, the mileage, yes, but the performance, definitely not.
And there's the 3-second time, first 3-second time penalty of the race. Baby Hornet and Rendog and Stube.
Yeah, the two Ferrari boys getting them pretty much back to back.
Yep, that was the exact same happened on MRCX on Friday night. I think Baby Hornet ended up with like maybe 9 seconds worth of penalties at the end of the race.
Oh, there's a Haas. Duncan
and
has
he's out.
Crashed out, and that is safety car number 5.
Yep. I would love to be what I would love to know what the drivers are thinking right now.
Yeah, I hate situations like this. It's so demoralizing. You just want to go and build up a rhythm, and every time you just get
even
thwarted.
on Rendog has retired as well.
In the pits, is that? Or I don't know actually.
It's hard to tell. I didn't see actually, but yeah, and as you were saying, obviously it's demoralizing for the drivers, but it's quite similar for us. We want to see some good racing.
Yeah.
As well, and the safety cars are like a buzzkill in a way.
Yeah, exactly. This can be quite a test of your focus as well, and that sounds odd because on the safety car you're not driving fast, but
no, I completely understand that.
Yeah, because on Monday in Elite we had 2 or 3 safety cars, and I think I was starting to get a bit frustrated by the third one, and I was looking at the HUD trying to figure out what I was going to do strategy wise, and before I knew it the cars in front of me were braking, and I just ran straight into the back of them because I wasn't paying attention. So as frustrating as it is, you've got to keep the focus and just make sure you keep clean. And it sounds obvious and it sounds like it should be the easiest thing in the world, but
no,
I can vouch for the fact that it's not.
It's not.
Yeah.
No, I can agree. There's so many things because there's so many things going around in your head saying, how long is the safety car going out for? What strategy am I going to now? Am I going to be extending and putting a box under the safety car? Just stuff like that, always going around your head.
Yeah.
Nope, Nope. Freddie Olsen has gone in, so was that a mistake, or did he actually want to pit?
Well, this is the other thing, is that the more safety cars happen, with every safety car that comes out, you start to sort of second guess yourself and think, I should pit, I should really pit now. And you just don't know what to do. It might be the right call to pit, it might be the right thing to do to stay out. And sometimes you just look at what everyone else is doing and react to that. It's quite tricky.
It is indeed. Especially if you're you're basically on your own as well while racing at times. So you don't really know what's...
I know obviously there's quite a few drivers who prefer to be in a party chat and then they can discuss all these things. I don't mind being in a chat, but I do find that I concentrate a bit better when I am on my own for these races.
That's fair enough, yeah.
But then, yeah, when it comes to making strategy calls on your own, you've just got to go through that whole decision-making process by yourself.
You do indeed. Well, obviously, I feel like I'm quite lucky with it, in a way, because of that, obviously, Baby Hornet, who is my driver coach, and most of the time, if he's not commentating, he is with me.
Yeah, that's cool.
Which is good on my side of things. Because there's the likes of me, him, even the likes of Stube as well, are all in like a party together, so even if I am racing with them, then it is quite good. It is good. But the safety car is going to come back in. The track will turn green, and Armagh Red will yet again have another restart. Right, Baby Hornet, Simon, please don't cut the final corner. Watch your braking.
I mean, the fact he's done it so consistently every
I know.
time feels like he's doing it deliberately almost.
It seems like it, doesn't it? So is Armagh Red going to go as early as always, or is he going to wait this time? Oh, Lobby and Anton have come together. No, yep, Armagh Red is going yet again early. Right, let's see if Baby Hornet does this time. Oh, he nailed it this time.
Yeah. He's under pressure though from Fox River.
Yep, Wookie is round wide though, so Fox doesn't seem to be fighting him much, but another otherwise cannot be said for Monster, who had a wee half a look. And he's got his teammate, Mark Hudson, right on his tail. Going around turn 2, coming towards turn 3. Look at the run, look at the traction Mark Hudson has on them hard tyres. What a move. That's a brilliant move.
Missed that.
That was a brilliant move.
Missed it, unfortunately.
What a move by Mark, and on his teammate nonetheless. Of course, them two are teammates in the expert tier.
Yeah,
and
good friends as well.
Yeah, 100%. And yet again, Baby Hornet has been left for dead by Armagh Red. Lobby's had a wee bit of an issue going round the middle sector, it seems. He's dropped quite a way back.
I wonder if he's got damage after the contact with Ant on the safety car.
No, what, maybe rear wing damage? I think Anton was behind him, wasn't he? Or was he in front?
It looked like Ant was behind him, so it might be rear wing. But if it's rear wing damage for him, then I can't believe that Ant has got away without any damage as well.
Yeah, true. So let's see, does Lobby up the pit? He does. Oh, Lobby's lost a bit of his front end plate.
Okay.
Just had a wee quick switch to him. Armagh Red puts in a fastest lap. And Fox River is really pushing Baby Hornet around the first corner.
Yeah, there's a real train behind Hornet at the moment. I think really it's the entire field.
Well, yeah. And there's just Lobby sitting in the pit lane.
Yeah.
So we're past the halfway point of the race from now. And we haven't had much.
He's just made a pass.
Hope he's fighting. He is side by side with Red Car Rambo in the midfield. Red Car does have to back out. Or Wookie has to back out rather, going through there.
Airways got very close to the back of him in the previous corner.
What's that, sorry?
Airways was very close to the back of Wookie.
Alright, okay.
A few corners back.
Stood with another 3-second time penalty. That is 6 seconds for him now. And Fox River is still sticking on the back of Baby Hornet, but Mark Hudson's closing in on his teammate for the day. He's had half a look going into turn 1. He's not going to make the move. Wimax has put the fastest lap in the Alpha Tower.
Yeah, on the hard tyres. DRS enabled, but it's going to be difficult for these drivers in this train that they're in.
No harm to any of the no harm to the tier 3 driver or the drivers for comp tier, but this seems to be one of the closest fields that I've seen in this tier.
Yeah, I don't know what's just gone on at the back, but we did have Wumax dropping back a few places, and then Avanash as well.
Yeah.
Bergen rather. He's lost an end plate. So didn't see what the cause of that was, but there was something going on there with the back markers.
Alright, okay, so Wookie with yet another penalty as well. Red card Rambo, as soon as I ride on board with him, gets himself a 3-second penalty, as does Freddie Olsen. So penalty starting to rack up, and here come the pit stops for the medium tyre runners and hard tyre runners. Armagh Red ups to pit early. Well, I say early. With the hard tyre runners, I should say he'll probably go on to the set of hard tyres now. He will indeed. So Baby Hornet will inherit the lead, and these are the laps that he needs now. Armagh Red out behind the likes of... Oh, he's round and he's lost it! Oh, Baby Hornet's out.
Yeah, that's an interesting place to have lost the car as well.
He knew he had to push, but he ended up pushing too hard and he spun out of turn 2, going into turn 3. That is heartbreaking for Baby Hornet. It was on for a brilliant result.
Yeah, and the Ferrari hopes lie with Stu, who has quietly been making his way back up through the field since
he has.
His issues earlier on. He's in P6 now.
Yep, he has actually snuck back up the grid well, hasn't he?
Yeah. And I don't even think it's as he goes wide. He has got penalties are going to be a problem for him in this race. I feel he's picked up 6 seconds already, and it looks like he's struggling a little bit on exits to keep within track limits.
It seems that way. He does have DRS on Smith in front of him on the soft tyres here, which are probably starting to die off. He's got Freddie Olsen, one of his rivals of the season, right behind him, and he's going to try and make a move for his Freddie. Down in towards turn 1, and he's going to get the move done on before the braking zone, as Red Car Rambo's going round.
That feels like that might have been contact, just by the position he's gone round. I can't imagine you would lose it there.
No, it would be hard to lose there, wouldn't it? But pardon me, we shall see. We will probably see it later on in the stewards. Well, it's not the way you want to end the season. No, Freddie really close to Smith. Smith's tyres must be dying off.
Yeah,
but has he got
that way? Oh, he spun it on the exit there.
Yep. I guess our thing was correct. His tyres were dying off.
Yeah,
he probably just took too much
Stube as well. Stube with a big tank slapper, and that allowed Ant to get by.
I have to give really big props to Ant this season for, in my opinion. Obviously, he's just won the elite tier in, well, MRCX elite tier, I should say, championship. But I did mention before I got myself a podium in Monza. He was a big help for that. It has to be said.
Yeah, and he's one of the top boys in elite as well, and had some fantastic pace around here as well on Monday night. He was the only driver who looks likely to keep up with Kid Dynamite, who was just on another planet on Monday. He was so fast, but Ant did keep him honest for a good while.
He's just been on another planet all season, Kid Dynamite. It's really unlucky that he didn't win the elite tier championship. He was on for it from the beginning.
Yeah, I think he missed a few races.
That inevitably did kill him, though. Yeah. As you can see.
I think really what we want next season is Ugoni and Kid, and probably Reese, to have a battle for the Tier 1 championship, because it would be awesome to see if they could be running close together towards the end of the championship.
Well, just think, it's now 5 in a row for Ugoni. He won... I think there was only like maybe 3, maybe 4 races which he didn't win last season.
Yeah, and I think most, if not all of those, were to Kid Dynamite.
That's what I mean, yeah. So he has just been on another level, also the last few seasons.
Yeah.
And as I say, 5 championships in a row since he joined the league.
Astonishing,
isn't it?
That's not
Another
something that
name.
happens by accident.
No, it's not. Well, there's another name who could be a dark horse next season for the Tier 1. He was quiet this season. Xavier, obviously. Xavier. Didn't
Yeah,
have a season
I've
up to his standards. Obviously, just recently getting a wheel, if I'm not mistaken.
from what I mean, I was speaking to Stefan the other day, another elite tier driver who is good friends with Xavier. I think Xavier's been really unlucky with some of the races this year. You know, Monday night he qualified pretty well and then had a glitch in the build up to the race, which stopped him getting into his car properly. Apparently
no.
he was controlling his car from the viewer, like the broadcasting view, which is
No.
incredibly strange.
Oh no.
And I think that's kind of been the tale of his season. He's suffered quite a lot of bad fortune. So if that turns around for him, he could definitely be in that conversation.
100%. For both championships, that is, as well. For Tier 1, for the elite tier, and for the elite MRCX. Which obviously, of course, folks, there has been a revamp for the new season. We are now going down to 3 tiers next season. The line is going off completely as well, which is a great thing in my opinion, having us being a league with no line. And MRCX is being moved, so instead of it being on Friday nights, it is now going to be on a Wednesday night after the tier 3 race. So wonder how that's going to transpire in the grand scheme of things. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it'd be interesting, and I think as well that there was talk, rumours maybe in Discord of a new championship on Friday nights. So fascinated to see what that is.
Forgot about that.
But yeah, good to keep up the racing on a Wednesday.
100%.
The 4 tiers coming down to 3.
Yep. So we are going into season 14 of MRC, which is unreal to hear. With this league has been going on for a long time. So Airways has lost it out of turn 1, and he's lost a bit of his front wing. Riding on board with him there as well. Fox River has now got himself a 3-second time penalty. That is very unlike him. Of course, it was a penalty that inevitably lost him the championship in Tier 2 rather. But as I say, we are always looking for new drivers in MRC. If you are new into the stream and you haven't seen this league before, MRC we race both Mondays and Wednesdays. Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays rather. Going into season 14, 3 tiers plus an MRCX championship between all the tiers. So we are always looking for new drivers to come in. So if you are looking to get involved, there's a Discord link in the About section of the YouTube channel. You'll also find it on our socials, being Facebook and Instagram. So, as I like to say, come and have a go if you think you're quick enough.
Yeah, and we're quite a friendly bunch overall.
Well, sometimes. Freddie Olsen making a move for second place, possibly the lead of the race, obviously with Fox being a higher tier driver. So Freddie Olsen makes the move for position. I think he would have got him anyway after the penalties. We will have actually a quick look at penalties. 15 seconds for Wookie.
There was me. I was about to say that this could be a battle between Freddie and Wookie for the win, but probably not.
15 seconds he has on him. Stu with 6. Red Car Rambo and Bergen both with 9. Freddie Olsen and Fox with 3 each, and Avanash also has 6 seconds worth of penalties. So if Armagh Red can close that gap on Stu coming towards the end of the race, I think would Stoop get to the end now? He's got 14 lap old medium tyres.
I think he's committed to it. I wouldn't imagine he's going to pit at this stage. So
Right,
yeah,
okay.
gonna have to just wait and see.
I'll tell you what, Fox hasn't boxed the whole race. 22, now 23 lap old hard tyres.
Yeah, he's a reserve as well, so I mean he's going to have to on one of the penultimate laps. But he's kind of been leading a train with Friddy, Wookie, Anthony's there as well, and before that Airways was in it as well. And look at how close Friddy is.
Make that 18 seconds for Wookie now, another 3 seconds to him. But yeah, that's 100%. I've just clicked onto what you said. My apologies. Yeah, Freddy is closing, and he is really closing in on Fox, isn't he?
Yeah, Fox's pace it's kind of been a bit up and down the last few laps. He was over a second ahead not too long ago, but before and after that, he was really backing up the drivers behind. But they don't seem to be able to get past.
It doesn't seem like it. Yeah, Fox is always a good defender, to be fair. He does put up a good fight whenever he drives, no matter what tier he's in. He loves a good race.
Another 3 seconds for Wookie.
21 seconds now. Goodness me. He's going to finish outside the points if he keeps going.
Yeah. I mean, I wonder if you can get enough 3-second penalties to get disqualified even.
I think you have to, if it's over 30, I think it is, by the tip before you get DQ'd. If I'm not wrong.
He's on pace.
Well,
he's on pace to do it.
We shall see. So look at the gap between 5th and 6th. Armagh Red's cut a second already of that time down.
Yeah, it's been a quiet for Armagh since that pit stop he had to make. He's just been in clean air on the hards, trying to make up the time.
Well, Stoop has got double the tyre life to him, so you would expect him to be faster, but he's nearly a second a lap faster, Armagh Red at the moment. So in this pace, he will finish ahead of Stoop and probably of Wookie due to the penalties he has accumulated.
Yeah.
So as it stands, I think the podium would be Freddy to win, Stoop second, and then Armagh third, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, I think so. I think as it stands.
Yep, thank you, Chaos Druid. He does say 30 seconds is the limit before you get disqualified.
So Wookie does need to start being a bit more careful.
Yep.
I kind of get the sense that Friddy is, well, he's a bit closer. He might go for it now into turn 1.
Yep, here we go. He's got it done. Simple as that for the Icelandic driver.
Yeah, Fox went to block the inside, and Friddy's pace advantage with DRS was enough for him to just go right around the outside of him.
Yep, take to the racing line. There's a 4-car train at the moment. Stoop doesn't seem to be closing in the gap on that train. I will get my words out.
Yeah, he must just be having to fight, with those tyres wearing out and Armagh Red catching him by about a second a lap. He's just got to do everything he can to try and hold on to the position he's in.
At the moment, all Armagh needs to do is gain just 1 more second to Stoop, and he will finish ahead of him. Stoop has got 6 seconds worth of penalties, and Armagh now within the 7 seconds of him. It's going to be interesting.
It just shows what a benefit it is if you can keep those time penalties off your race. It's such a benefit.
100%.
And again, that's something that sounds obvious, but it's what the top drivers focus on. And Anthony, we mentioned him before. how great he was on Monday, and Armour Red too. You know, both have looked excellent on this track, and they out of the top 10, except for Kaiser Soze as well, they're the only ones that haven't picked up any penalties.
They are, as we know, obviously Anton, the wise old fox as he is, he's just so consistent, so clean when he's driving.
Yeah.
Goodness me. And the same, actually, to be fair, can be said about Armour Red as Wookie runs wide yet again in the middle sector. So he is getting close to that disqualification. He's got two and a bit laps to go. So keep it clean, Wookie. Freddie Olsen's picked up a penalty.
I think does that get into 6 seconds?
Yes.
Yeah. I think he's okay. Just about.
Well, Anton has boxed now, so he's going to box early for his mandatory pit stop. Wookie seems to have the clear air behind him to try and get a move done on Fox River into the braking zone off turn 1. Fox is going to stick with him. Wookie just tries to do a switch to the outside. Fox defends him well. Wookie's got the better traction on the better tyres, of course. I really want to know what Fox's tyres are at the end of this.
Yeah, you'd imagine they're on their last legs. They've done every single lap of this Grand Prix.
Surely Fox is close to puncture territory.
Well, you say that, but the hards are, they are incredibly durable.
Yeah, but 27 laps.
I know, but it does feel a bit like they just, as Wookie gets another 3-second penalty.
24 seconds for Wookie now. Well,
I thought he was a bit closer to.
And he is going to get the move done on Fox River unless he just let him through going into the final sector.
I mean, with all those penalties that Wookie's got, Fox can pit now.
You probably still finish ahead of him.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, there you go. He's heard you. He is boxing. So, although obviously this is the lap for the higher tier drivers to pit, to allow the lower tier, the main tier drivers to stay ahead. As we head on to the final lap.
Stu just about has enough of a gap at the moment to hold off Armour Red for what would be second place because of Wookie's penalties.
But look at how close he is to Stu.
It's right on the bubble. It's right on the edge.
Yep, as we come round towards the middle sector, Armour Red sitting just after the first sector. Now, if he can get that with under 6 seconds, he will finish ahead of Stu. This is going to be a very interesting end to this race. As I think Bergen's just went round at the penultimate corner.
I think he's slowing down so that Freddie laps him and he doesn't have to do another lap, to be honest.
Stu with another 3 seconds, so Wookie...
that settles that then.
So yep, Armour Red is going to finish ahead of him, but it's going to be Freddie Olsen who will take the victory for the higher for the comp tier. Wookie's going to finish in second on track, but he is going to drop. So Stu is going to finish just in front of him, as well as Armour Red, who will probably take P2 on grid. Yep, he will take up P2 on the grid. Wookie drops to P4 as it stands. Red car Rambo up to the line. He'll probably finish ahead of Wookie also, will he? No.
He had quite a lot of penalties as well.
Fox River boxes yet again. Avanash coming up towards the line now. So Avanash is going to be allowed to be finished ahead of Fox River. Avinash will take P6 and but will drop to P8 through the penalties. Because Soze jumps to 6th place on the grid.
And look how close it was between the Alpha boys, 8,000th of a second.
Gee, so it was.
And Mark as well. Mark was only 300ths back from that as well.
That's crazy. So then that is the end of the season for the Tier 3 boys. Congratulations to Freddie Olsen.
Yeah, and we predicted it would be Armour Red, but I think he was caught out a bit with the safety car situation because he did have to box with the pack all bunched up close behind him, and then he just couldn't get himself back up to the leaders.
So a very multicultural podium with the Danish flag, the Northern Irish flag, and the Barbadian flag for Stoop, which is interesting.
Have we had a Northern Irish driver in Formula One?
Yes, Eddie Irvine.
Oh, of course, yeah.
So then the grid for the final race of Tier 3 is as follows. Freddie Olsen finishes with the win. Armagh Red takes P2 after no penalties. Stube is in P3, followed by Wookie in P4. Red Car Rambo in P5, Keyser Soze is in P6. Monsters in P7. Mark Cousins in P8, Fox River 8 in P9, and Avinash is in P10, followed by Smith in P11, Waymax in P12, Anton in P13, Airways in P14, Loppy in P15, and Bergen in P16. Now, Baby Hornet, Rendog, Near Duncan, and Sambal are our DNF drivers. Do you have a driver of the day for me, please?
Yeah, I think I'd go with Freddie. I think really out of the front guys, he was the only one to sort of stay out of trouble, apart from the penalties, but you know, nearly everyone got penalties, so there's no disgrace in that. Armour Red was a little bit unlucky with the safety cars, otherwise I'm sure that he would have won the race, but yeah, I'd give it to Freddie on the balance of things.
I can't seem to argue with you, to be honest, so I'm going to agree with you. And Freddie Olsen will take the final driver of the day reward home for the Tier 3 boys. Congratulations to him on the victory. Congrats again to Stube for his championship. So that's Tier 3 done. One more race to go for season 13 of MRC. You will be joining us momentarily in the next maybe 20 minutes or so. But in the meantime, Neville, thank you for joining me.
Yeah, thanks very much. It's been a pleasure.
Pleasure as always. But thank you for everyone watching. Well done to all of the Tier 3 boys. What a way to end the season. And we shall see you for Tier 4 in a matter of minutes. See you guys later.